Hey guys, let me show you how I have written a successful cover letter for the sponsorship license for my own company and managed to get the sponsored license. So why am I saying successful? Because first Monday of the November, I got the email that from the sponsorship validation that you have successfully submitted all the documents, and on Thursday, so within 3 days, I got the email, you have been granted level 1 user on the sponsorship management system for this company. Your password is this. If you copy paste the password in the SMS system, ensure that you don't include any spaces at the end. So they have provided me the sponsorship license level 1 user. So let me show you how I have done it. Before we go forward, let me confirm you that I'm just sharing my journey, that how I have written the cover letter, what I have done. I'm not a solicitor, not an immigration consultant. I'm just guiding you that what I have done. I'm just sharing my journey. So this is just my journey, which I'll share in this video. You don't need to follow this, okay? And if you need any advice or regarding this, so you should approach any immigration solicitor from gov.uk website. So this is the long cover letter, which have explained the financials, the job post, recruitment. For example, this is the HR dashboard which we have used for the company. Then also we have provided all the sponsorship management duties. Then if we go down, we have provided the hierarchy chart, awareness of immigration skill charges and COS fees, business operating hours, and then list of all documents. So, and then in the end, we have also provided the home office guidance line, like where these things have been mentioned, where the rules are coming from. Have we read the rules? So acknowledgement that we have read all the rules and we know. And then also provided the HR screenshots from the HR software. If you want cheapest HR software, so you can use this one. It will cost you £3 per month and it's very cheap and it will do the job for the sponsorship management system. The name of the HR software is UKgHR. You can see at the bottom of the video, the barcode is showing. You can use that and you can download this software. It's very simple, it's very easy, you won't have any problem. Further, you can see all the details are provided in this cover letter. Now let's explore this cover letter headings first and then we will go one by one. So the first heading which we have provided is the company information and business legitimacy. Further, next one is genuine vacancy and recruitment. Next one is about the job post. So obviously this job was posted on gov.uk and that's where the ad is coming from. Watch this video, you will learn how to post a free job. I have explained in this video complete guideline that how you can post a free job. Then later on, if you go down, we have provided the HR screenshot because the job was posted. So obviously the applicants applied the job. So how many applications we have received? We have received over 100 applications for the job and we have also rejected many of them. So this HR software provides you all that. So these screenshots are from the HR software. Next title is role, SOC code and salary compliance. So all the details we have explained in this. Then screenshot again for that. Then after that, the job advertisement. This is also from the HR software, the screenshot. Then next one is financial position and business viability. How good the business is, what the business is doing, and all the details about it. Later on, I will read this out. I will give you the guideline that how to explain this. This is the screenshot from the accounting software, that the company overview, last 6 months, the performance of the company. So for example, at one glance, everyone can, like, when the caseworker looking at it, they can realize that the company incoming was 58,000, then the outgoing was 35, and then the balance is 23. So that can be very easy for them to understand. Next one is HR and compliance system. So this is all explanation about it. This is the L4.2 key personal guideline that we have discussed all these things. HR is very important for any sponsored license because that's where the right to work comes in. Right to work is one of the most common reason for the refusals. So if you don't have HR software, if you don't have the place where the authorizing officer can figure it out when the visa will expire, the Home Office will always ask for it. And later on in this video, I'll also show you how the Home Office requests for the documents. So this is another screenshot that explains that how many employees we have, the employment, and this is the place screenshot which says employees, employee data, expiry date and all that. So this is also from the UKG HR software. So next one is sponsorship management and duties. Do the authorizing officer know what is sponsorship management, how to work on it, how to do all these things? Then the email address, acknowledgement of the email address, that this email address will remain with the authorizing officer. No one else will have the access. Then I have also put this, which means that event, change of circumstances, anything. So for example, a sponsored worker failed to start work. Then within how many days the authorizing officer need to report? So within 10 working days, report if they fail to start or intend date. So for example, if they don't start, you have assigned the visa, they never arrive, they never start. In that case, you will report in 10 working days. So this is like very important. If you get a compliance interview, the authorizing officer needs to answer all these things, because they will ask like in how many days you have to report, in how to do the right to work check, how to share the right to work check, what is ECS, all these things. Watch this video. I have explained how to check ECS. ECS comes in. So for example, if someone has applied for the visa, they were on graduate visa is expired, already applied for the skilled worker visa, but you need to do the right to work check. So online, for example, is not showing, then in that case you will go online, you will apply for the ECS, and you will get the ECS report, positive or negative, which will be valid for 6 months. Next title is future hiring plans and compliance commitment. Then we have the hierarchy chart, who is actually working in the company. So in the hierarchy chart, you need to make sure that you put the nationality of the person, then also the visa expiry. So for example, this cleaning operative is on skilled worker dependent visa, valid until 2029, ECS valid until January 2026. So this is how you will do it. Accommodation manager, to be hired, not identified yet, because if you mention on this, it will explain the caseworker that this person you are looking to hire. Awareness of immigration skills and charges. This is also another important thing, because from 16 December 2025, price is going up. So let's suppose the home office give you the sponsored license and you are assuming that it's 364, and then obviously the cost gone up. You will, so are you aware of that? So that's one of the important things. Then business operating hours, what time we are open, what time the applicant will be working, where the applicant will be working. So in this case, all jobs are hybrid. Traveling involves company car, fuel allowances provided, 28 days holidays, director responsible for covering holiday shifts. So who's the backup? That's also one of the most important question. Then screenshot of the where the business is coming from, how good the business is, all that. Next one is list of documents attached. So I have provided over 35 documents. So you can see this is a long list. Over 32 documents. So that's a long list for in terms of the document, but within one document there are a few more documents as well. So all the documents are provided, and then the home office guideline, all the links. I'll put this cover letter in the description of this video, so you can download and you can use it. HR software screenshot, that's the HR software screenshot. Then you have the this is another one. So this is another one. So this is what and how it's done. Okay, this shows the leave request list. This shows the organization documents, so where we have all the documents, because they wanted to know whether you have a system in place where you have all the documents or not. So let's break this down, and we will start from top. So first of all, with the, so what is this? This is basically the screenshot from the company's house that this is the job, this is the company incorporation date, confirmation date, everything is mentioned over here. That's one thing. On top, it's mentioned skilled worker, undefined CUS. Why we say undefined CUS? So we have two different types of CUS. One is defined, the second one is undefined. But first, now I can explain you that undefined is when someone is switching within the UK. When you apply sponsored license application, when you fill the sponsored license application, you will get undefined CUS by default. For defined, you have to request separately via email. So let's break down the first section, which is company information and business legitimacy. ABC XYZ Limited, company number ABC123, is a private limited company incorporated in England on this date. Our registered office is located at this address. The company operates within this SIC code. Where to get this SIC code? So if you go on your company's house information, you will see nature of business SIC code. Further, it says ABC Limited is an active in good standing company's house. We have met all statutory obligations, including incorporation, confirmation statement, and timely submission of micro entity accounts, demonstrating consisting of compliance within accounting and tax requirement. Our leadership teams, headed by Ms. Lewis, who serves as a managing director, authorizing officer, and sole shareholder, is based in the United Kingdom and British citizen. So in this case, the authorizing officer is 100% shareholder of the company and the managing director as well. The company has no history of criminal conviction or civil penalties that would prevent us from acting as as a responsible sponsor. These factors collectively confirm our company credibility, stability, and business legitimacy. Next one is genuine vacancy and recruitment. At present, our operation manager, Peter Griffin. Okay, these names are coming from Family Guy. If you watch Family Guy, so what we are trying to say, because if we open the guidance worker and temporary workers part 1, and if we go down on L8, how we assess your application. In this, you have the eligibility and suitability criteria. At the bottom, if we go for the genuine vacancy, it clearly states if you are applying for under skilled worker visa, we must be satisfied you can and intend to offer genuine employment that meets the salary skill level criteria. Now if we go down, they have provided 2 good examples. Number 1, you do not currently employ or have never employed anyone in a role which meets the skilled worker requirement. This could be if you are small retail outlet and currently have other people working for you as a shop assistant or in other lower skill level. So for example, you're running a small shop, but all staff are very they're like cleaners or something like that. Another example they have provided, you tell us you require or have already sponsored a person in a role which does not appear necessary for your business. For example, you are a fast food outlet and you tell us you need to have or appointed a full-time business development manager, HR manager or publicity manager. This is a very common mistake these days because anyone trying to apply for the sponsored license and then trying to apply for the assigning a COS, they're looking for higher skill. Business development manager is higher skill, salary is over £50,000, but does that fit for the small fast food outlet? So the Home Office will refuse your application. Let's discuss another important HR. So if in the same guidance, worker and temporary workers, part 1, if we look for L8, reason I'm focusing on this is because many applicants think that HR system is not important, or we will maintain on Excel sheet and we will provide that evidence. So if we see the suitability requirement L8.5, to assess suitability, we look at whether you have human resource and recruitment system in place to meet or continue to meet your sponsor duties. And further says, judge this, we may conduct compliance check either before we decide your application or after your license is granted. So they can do compliance check anytime and they will check all these things. We are able to conduct compliance check on an immediate, unannounced basis to ensure you are complying with your sponsor duties. So if you don't have HR system in place, that means you are asking for trouble, because you can't go backdate and change the data or create everything all of a sudden, because they can do unannounced visit as well. And if we go down in the same guidance, we have this section, scoring system if we conduct a compliance check, L8.2.0, criterion human resource system. How we judge this? Whether you have system in place that allow you to know when a sponsored worker has not turned up for work, or to identify when their current permission is coming to an end. Now let me show you what this means. So for this, I will go back on my HR software and I'll click on UKG-HR.com. Then I'll go and log in my account. Once I logged in, I'll go into the employee section, which is this one. I'll click on employee and then I'll click on the employee. In this section, then we will go on the visa BRP details. So at this section, we have the remarks. So the question is, do you have a system in place? So if I go back to sponsor license guidance, this is where it says whether you have system in place that allow you to know when your sponsored worker has not turned up for work. So obviously you have the attendance, okay? Or to identify when their current permission is coming to an end. So coming to end, that means the visa expiry. So if I see over here, remarks. So on this date, the visa will expire, and this is the eligible review date. So expiry date is 2026. So just before the expiry, we will do the review, and that's what we have. So this is what they are expecting, and this is what you should have. So in the cover letter, we have clearly explained genuine vacancy and recruitment, and this is the job. And then at the bottom, we have placed the job ad, and then we have explained in the screenshot that the job ad was placed, applicants applied for the job, and then we have selected this applicant. Every case is different, your case may be different, so that's what you have to do. Role, SOC code, salary compliance. That's important, that what you want to offer your employee. Do mention per hour rate as well. So you can go on gov.uk guidance and you can copy from there the skilled worker visa guidance. So if we go down again in this same cover letter, we have financial position, where we have explained which bank we are with and how much we have. So if we just discuss this to give practical context, a minimum annual salary of £35,000 for the accommodation manager equates to roughly £2,917 per month. Our current cash balance would cover the accommodation manager's base salary for around 10 months while the business continued to scale, supporting recruitment, onboarding, and any short-term cash flow variations. So let's suppose the business don't have 2 months income, 3 months income, like business is not making money. So the business got 10 months cash flow to cover that salary approximately. And further, we have also explained we have clear and credible plan to increase revenue, how we will increase the revenue, what future we will do, how we'll change. Our accountant are prepared and reviewed by a qualified accountant, Mr. XYZ from this company. Our filings are up to date. Company's house filed as a micro entity where applicable. So explained everything, all that. I won't go in detail because this video will go very long, but hopefully you will get the idea that the HR system, accounting software system, the documents, these are very important thing. And then this table will also help them to understand that you know when to report. So for example, business address, contact details, if you change them within 20 working days, you need to update on sponsorship management system and company's house. So you can ask these kind of questions during the compliance interview. Now let's go and quickly read the list of documents attached. So memorandum of article, company incorporation certificate, HMRC payee reference number, letter from HMRC, company house unique taxpayer reference number, UTR number, signed submission sheet. So obviously this is what we are talking about, signed submission sheet, the priority one, because if you have applied priority, then you need to sign that one. Utility bills, okay, micro accounts from the company's house, provide them in terms account, for example current accounts for the year which you have not done. Latest confirmation statement, company's profit and loss account, okay, company profit and loss account, draft figures, so for this year it's not submitted, but these are the draft figure. Tax return CT600, tax return CT600, bank account statement with one bank. So previously in this case, the applicant got the bank with the Tide. Tide was not on the list. So for that, what we have done, open the bank account with the approved one. That's important. But then also provide that when we switched, how we switched, all these details. Next one is company employment contract draft with change of circumstances clause. This is important. Why this is important? What if your sponsored license is revoked? What's the future of the employee? Have you communicated the employee? Let me show you the draft of contract. So this is the draft which I have created. In this draft I have provided, so this is the first page, second page. On the second page, sponsored license immigration clause. If you are employed under company's sponsored license, the parties acknowledge that the company ability to employ you lawfully depend on the holding and maintaining an appropriate sponsored license and complying with sponsored duties. If the company's sponsored license is suspended, revoked, curtailed, or not renewed, or otherwise materially affected, such as companies cannot continue to sponsor you, your COS will be cancelled and your visa may be curtailed. In that event, the company may be unable to continue to employ you and therefore suspend you pending resolution or terminate your employment contract on notice. Where it is unlawful, the company to continue employ you with immediate effect if required. So this is important. So this is the draft of contract. I'll provide this draft of contract as well, so you can use this if you want. If this helps. Next one is short-term licenses. For example, in this scenario, if you're running a food hygiene business, like suppose food takeaway, you must have EHO license, you should have the food rating certificate, etc. Job advert. So job advert we have already discussed. I have explained how you can place that free job advertisement online. Business public liability insurance certificate for £5 million, director authorizing officer passport, Peter Griffin, ops manager, British passport, current part-time migrant employee, right to work, ECS report. If you don't know ECS report, I have explained you that which video to watch. Next, pension scheme is important. HR screenshot showing all at the end of this cover letter. So at the end of this cover letter, I have showed you all the screenshots already, where it shows employee personal details, name, date of birth, emergency contact. This is mentioned on the sponsored license guidance, so that's why we have to provide this. Retained right to work check and supporting evidence, annual leave, absence record, immigration status tracking, visa expiry alerts, employment contract of the migrant employee currently working, the draft of contract, but in this case we have provided the current contract as well. So if you have any employees on migrant, they should have signed the same contract, and you should provide them copy of current company accountant company contract showing dates, etc. So in this case we have the accountant details. So if you have a contract with the accountant, you provide that. Evidence of payroll setup provider, which I just showed, the free agent, one of the best one. Evidence of trading activity, booking confirmation, etc. Hierarchy chart, which is already provided in this cover letter. Earning report from the provider, from the business. So if you have invoices, etc., provide everything. Overall platform metrics. So in this case, it's provided that the company is trading from this date, company is very successful, etc. So screenshot of that. Then the home office guidelines. So these are the links. So obviously I'll provide you this cover letter. So you can use this. You can use all the pattern, and hopefully this will help you.